really plan out what values to bring them yet. Recently, I have been really busy and get annoyed from my business. So yeah, I don't have much time to think about it, but I try to help them out and support them as much as I can.
Okay, yeah. Because the reason I ask is I am in my accountability group
Mm,
after we graduate, and it's just like everyone just leave the room, and the leader is kind of busy. Of course, we now have to be like standalone ourselves, and I try to get hold of all the people in the group because we kind of working together during the time in 7 weeks, and then after that, they just left, and then I don't know what's going on.
you
Yeah,
mean
yeah,
your own season when you were students?
yeah. In my season, I still remember that name, Group 6BR.
Ah, ha,
Um,
ha.
Yeah, and
Mm,
yeah, none of them is just kind of hold that group. I keep that group for like 4 or 5 months, but no one can communicate anything. But yeah, it doesn't matter. We go back to the big family room and sharing things. So yeah,
yeah.
I'm still maybe just holding up for 1 or 2 minutes for if anyone interested to join us. Um, how about
Mm.
Kiki? Yeah, you don't mind just sharing a little bit about like this week? Look like a lot happening in your side, right?
Me, right?
Mm,
This week I have a lot of bad things happening in my business, like bad business partners, bad apples, bad clients. So it got me, a little bit like annoyed and like I just tired of it, and it keeps we how to say it makes me think more for I want to take actions for making some changes in my life. Like for example, I have been talking about want to focus on HTC, right, and do closing, whatever, like influencer, internal teams, whatever. Like I just like want to do something new, but like there's the environment have so many things like holding you back. Like for example, family issues and business or accountability group like for yeah it ends already. After a while, like I just don't know how to start like for something new. Like it's not easy because you have been doing the same thing like over for a long time, and if you want to uh start like a new things, having a new habits, new things, like new schedule in your life, like it's very hard. Like if you just by yourself and like you don't really know how to make a specific plans. Like for example, like I want to like schedule time, like I can uh like role play something like that, and my inside have some emerald inside my mind, like I don't know how to like I know how to take actions, role play, but I don't know where's the direction. I have to know the whole path and before I take actions, you know what I'm saying?
yep,
So I want to know like the process and the destination. I don't want to just have the process and like going nowhere and wasting so much time. I want to know the destination first, and then I figure out what is the shortest
yep.
path, and then I go for it. So I do until now, like I don't have time, or I don't really have to figure this out, so I'm kind of lost.
Okay, okay. Yeah. Uh,
Oh, Raymond!
yeah, that's absolutely fine. Like if you don't mind sharing this with you, that
Mm,
when you're saying like you got a business and whatever happened in your business, it's just a part of that business. And we all know that we have some downturn. Oh, Raymond, welcome, welcome, join into the group.
Raymond!
Congratulations,
Hey, what
Raymond,
Davis?
that you finished like 90 days, right? That's just a very big milestone.
Yeah,
Yeah,
finally.
Awesome!
yeah,
I still have
Raymond.
another like 100 day on IC.
100 day. Yeah. Whatever the target, but you feel happy while you're doing the things that no one can compare or understand the success that you achieve. So big celebrating for yourself, and then
Mm.
everyone here. I think they feel the flame. At the moment, Raymond, I'm talking with Kiki, where she's sharing a little bit of her status in this week. And the purpose of I am running this group is I'm actually want to sharing the knowledge that I learned during the week. It is so much. And like Kiki, I already said to her and also other people in this group, this is open for us to one more time practicing or telling for everyone one more time what we learn, so that we can because when we're teaching, we actually learn double time, and it's embraced in our memory. It's more than we just learn and then just let the knowledge pass away. That's the purpose of having this group. And I was driving this for, I think this is the week 7, with few people, but I don't mind to keep it on going as soon as I still seeing the need here. So in this week, I'm gonna cover two things. Number one is about the momentum, and would be number two something, if we have time, a little bit of about my feeling, or about the what I'm gonna do, the plan next. And too many things. Oh yeah. Have you heard about the 9 liters of knowledge? So I'm just learning it today, so very exciting to share that to you all. But back to you, Kiki. I'm sharing that quickly two things, that when you're saying you got a business, you need to be proud about it and be happy with that. Because myself, I run a business myself, just a computer geek helping people. But I'll say that when we have something, we need to be happy with it, because a lot of people still work in a job and don't have anything stand alone themselves. So it may be some difficulty right now for you, no one can understand, but seeing that you have something that you can do, you make money, and that's your passion, your business, so keep on driving. And then another thing is about planning. Don't worry about that, I have something for you tonight with this. I already feel, oh wow, this is so good, I need to share with everyone. I supposed to not coming in here tonight, because my kid is just like buggering in another room, but I said okay, doesn't matter, as soon as I'm just be online, and that's what I need, right? So having said that, Raymond, before I'm just sharing my learning this week, do you want to say anything, or ask any question or thing like that?
Hmm. No,
And
it's a
that's
surprise.
fine. You
Yeah.
can leave it in there. And I really want that everyone sharing what they learn. I don't want only me talk, but we have a limited
Mm.
time, about 30 to 4 minutes. I don't want to run too long, right? People having a very appreciate time. Okay, I'll go straight to the point. Today I'm talking about the momentum. The reason why I'm talking about this, because I think now we are in December. We got few more days to get December finished, and also going to 2020. Now 2020, I can see the vibe, the energy from everywhere, from every single person. They set the goal, they know they want to do, they want to do this, that in 2020. Why not us? And because we kind of want to achieve something, absolutely we have to have a plan, right? And we have to have a goal, we have to have something that we can like drive, or we can base on to work with. And of course we need some energy, right? We need some inspire, some vision, all kind of that. I'm calling it is a momentum for you to go in 2020. That's very good, very cool, Chiki. um, I will figure it out when I got like free time on my hand with the mouse.
Oh my
Now,
god.
so
Okay.
how can you maintain the momentum in your year 2020? I will make this in my year one more time. I did say I make in my year in 2018, but is not achieve a goal as I thought. And I come to 2019 with all of the inner circle and all of the learning from the closing. I still off track of my plan. And one more time, I keep myself, this year is must be my year. So and to have a year, let's just minimize this as a day, right? What is, how can you define a productivity day? How can you define like perfect day that you feel, oh man, today I learn a lot, today I achieve a lot? And like Kiki, someday you sharing that, oh, you just live for a few hours, but you have like an audience, you have a webinar, you have this, that. So that is a perfect day, right? And you need to have multiple of that day running along the year. Now, having said that, you need to have a momentum. Now, if you want to build and maintain the momentum, or whatever the effectiveness or the inspiration for 2020, so you must to manage these three things. These three things. Remember, number one is the priority management. Now, to me, the priority is in my family. It is weird. It is weird because I think, like, you know, what I'm learning for, right? What I'm earning for, what I'm work for, what I do, whatever for who? For my family, right? For my family, I'm gonna provide food, provide educational, provide teaching, provide guidance for my family, for my wife, for my kid. Having said that, I have to put some priority. So when I put in my priority, I will know that I have to do A, B, C, D to make that priority happening. Now, maybe you is different, but you can base on few things here. You can speak to yourself, give yourself some time, clearly think, what is your goal you want to achieve in 2020? What exactly your plan? What is your priority here? We all know that two big human need that we cover the rest of six human needs. What is that? Growth and contribution. We all know that. So we, as a How to Get Closer, we learn every day. We learn when we conversation, we learn when we read book, we learn from whatever role play. So that is how we're growing. We inject in our mind more knowledge. So that's how we grow. And the next thing is we sharing that. We help each other. We help someone lower self, and we help whatever. So that is how you do contribution. When you do two of that, the rest of the human need is feel fulfilled. So you might look into that and say, okay, what can you do in 2020 for you to grow? For me, sometimes I think, why don't I set this crazy target? I'm going to read 52 books in a year. That means one book in a year. That means how many pages in a day I have to achieve. What books I read, something like that. I have to learn the techniques, whatever it is. But I set myself, this is, I want to learn the knowledge as fast as I can in 2020, right? Contribution. I talk to myself that, all right, I need to go out there and help community. I need to help brother and sister in here. I need to help some other people. And I think that, okay, now in my business areas, they don't have the business already good so that I can come in and do closing. But pretty much everything go downturn. So if I can make some business survive, it is my contribution. This is my way. It's not wrong or right, but you're doing that things. And another thing you can look at is 4 different category in your life that everybody must see. Number 1 is your health, correct? Because if you're sick, you can't do anything, right? Number 2 is your relationship, or if you're looking for boyfriend, girlfriend, having a family, or you already have family, but you're looking to maintaining the love between your wife and husband and the children. That's a relationship, right? The next thing is about the finance. This is the big things, right? What you do for finance. Can you keep spending money to learn, or you stop learning? You learn a lot. Now it's time for you to find the money back, right? So having said that, you say, well, if I keep learning, that's good for me, but I learn forever. If I'm not apply that in, if I don't make the return money, all the learning is useless, right? And the fourth one, you may say, well, maybe your your give back, your contribution, whatever the third part. But three major things that you need to consider is health, relationship, and career. All right. So you put a priority. So you need to manage that. If you don't have that priority, the whole year it just drag you day, week, month without knowing what you do. And some other people plan with coming in and drag you away. I'm sorry to say this, but Kiki, like when I see that you contribute in IC group leader, you can see that in that 7 week, you cannot focus on yourself, right? You be tracking from somebody else. And same at daily fire as well. So when you focus on 90 day, absolutely you growing, but you being priority something. It's not your priority. So you need to manage that. Yeah. So for me, I know I'm not good, I'm not perfect, I got something that I need to priority. And as I said in the beginning, I'm seeing my family is a priority, so I have to, provide food, like holiday or whatever time, good quality time with my family. So I have to sacrifice so many other things so I can focus on that priority. Now number two, I
Mm.
want to talk about the energy management. Again, you want to have a momentum, good momentum in 2020, you need to have energy. That's why you have the daily fire. Remember, when you put in something, you need to try yourself, right? And like you kicking your brain, you kicking your body. Oh, you need to make something, you need to make a video. When you do a role play, it's very hard to drive you from nothing to having talking someone on the phone, and it might be a good conversation, it might be intimidated, it might be people critics and not love you, it might be you're not feeling good that way, that and on that day you're not communication well and you blame yourself, whatever it is. But that is, you have to maintain that energy level. So that's why we have a morning spiritual, like, gratitude, affirmation, and nighttime. Build something that you comfortable with. You can like turn on audio. So I'm invest in this microphone. I can read the script like in Sifu one. I can read the script myself. I put in a different background. I combine that and having my own like audio. So I listen to my voice. So that is like I think 10 times uh, power than you listen to your into your civil voice, right? Whatever it is, you heard the music, you're talking to someone, you 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 having your just one sentences, stick on the front of your computer, and every time that you look into your workstation, you say, oh, Dom, you need to do this. Dom, you have to do that, and you are lazy bastard. You have to, like whatever the energy trigger you, do it, right? Or maybe I have like myself, I have like accountability person. I ring that person and say, okay, I feel bad here and there. And the person said, fuck, you have to wake up and do your thing, whatever it is. So find the trigger or something that can bring you back to the energy. When you feel sad, now spend some time thinking. When you feel sad, right? What makes you feel happy after that? Is that when you have a good sleep? Is that after you speaking to someone? Is that after you listen to a song? Whatever it is, that is the trigger that can bring you from the bad mood to the happy mood and the energy level very quick. Note yourself in your book or wherever it is. You say, okay, if I'm in this, I do this, I have that, right? Maybe because sometimes I feel tired in like myself when I'm doing my work. I put in myself another like, okay, I'm gonna listen to this music for 3 minutes, and after 3 minutes, I have the energy back straight away. So do something that you can trigger the energy back. Hello, Alina. I don't want to cut off here, but yeah, welcome. And
Alright,
I'm sharing for everyone here the momentum of 2020 and how you can do
mhm,
that. I record this video so I can put it in, and then if you want to, you can view it anytime. All right,
mhm,
and that is number two thing that you need to manage in 2020 so that you can build up your momentum, the good momentum, so that you can achieve anything you want. Now, the third one is your big assets. Do you know what is your big assets? Time, right? Time. We all know that, but we are human. So we still make mistakes, and we still someday we're not feeling good. We feel bad in certain of time in the day, right? Don't blame you for that. But now in 2020, you need to really see your calendar is your most important asset. So every minute, every hours, it have a meaning of that. Mother Teresa say, what is the happiness moment, right? It is now. So whatever you are now, you are in here with me, with everyone here. That is the best moment. You already set a calendar for yourself, because this is the moment. This is the time that you can invest in your time, that you can help each other, whatever it is. You schedule a role play so that you respect people, and you come in there because you will get into the role play. You train yourself, whatever it is. You schedule a thing. So you schedule your calendar, and you hold your calendar exactly what you want to do every day, every hour. So having said that, you can build up your momentum when you look at the calendar and say, okay, here today I have this I have to do. And if I complete that, that's it. I complete the day, and the rest of the day I will have free time. I can do whatever I want. Now, one thing that I learned back in the last 3 or 4 months, I applied that just for a few days, but I feel most of effective in that is he said to me, like, whatever you're doing right now, ask yourself, what's the most important thing that you really want? If you don't have to worry about money, time, and anything, what do you want? And I want that. Okay. So he said the next thing is set the power hours. I said, what is a power hour? And he said, a power hour is that hours you block everything. So you just spend your time 1 hours with that idea, and you're working on that. And he said, if every day you're consistent, respect yourself, block yourself, and reserve yourself for that hour. Get how many hours you have in a year, right? If that hours is you fully for role play, okay, so you have 365 role play, or maybe less than that, whatever the number. But the power hour is something that so me and so everyone here, that the important that you respect your assets is the time and your calendar, right? So I wrap up in here that 3 things that you need and you must manage in 2020 so that can build the good momentum is: number 1, priority management; number 2 is energy management; and number 3 is your big management, is your time management. That's the big asset, your schedule, right? Another lesson that I learned this week is that how can we read 50 books in a year? Now, this is the technique that the true person is already achieved. But I just talking a very small amount of that is when he's saying, well, we are human, and we have to understand our brain is just kind of 9 liters of jar or bottle, right? When you read a book, you deposit into that empty bottle 3 liters, 3 ideas or 3 things that you learn from the book, right? Of course, you more, but just take 3 things. You read another book, you're adding 3. You read another book, you're adding 3. So now you have 9 things. So it's like equivalent to 9 liters in that jar. And that jar cannot fill more water, right? You read another book, it just overflow. Because you read another book, even you take note, whatever, but your brain cannot intake more idea, right? And we all know that if we don't practice, if we don't implement the thing that we learn, it's gonna fade away. And this is a waste of time where you invest your time to read a book, you got the idea, you're not using it. So rather not reading the book at all, you're wasting almost time. You that time do some other meaningful thing. Don't listen to anyone saying, well, you're reading a book and then you become smarter, you can do more effective. No, because your brain is just about that much. Now, so how we do that? Thinking, you have like a vase in the middle, in the bottom of that jar. So when you practicing or you implementing a lesson from that jar, that means you subtract 1 liter out, right? Let's say you learn in the red book, the Go Giver, it's saying like, okay, you have to be generous with other people, and your value is more when you give more, something like that. You implementing one. I went into my environment and said, I do exact same thing. I buy the coffee for everyone. Everyone feel happy. And I just one day in my workplace, I know everyone and everyone know me, even I don't know their name. So I apply that. So when I apply that things, I withdraw 1 liter in my jar. If I apply another one, 3 things. So now in my jar, I got three liters empty, right? And then I can fill up by reading another book. So thinking, your brain is just limited, so that you have to implementing it so that you can intake more knowledge. So that is another big lesson that I learned this week. So once again, Elena, I'll share to everyone here, because weekly I open this so that I can myself relearning what I doing by teaching back or sharing back. And I want everyone in the group doing exactly the same thing. And if this is help someone else, I'd rather to turn on my camera and do that. I know I'm not perfect. I'm not a coach or anything at all. But I say, well, this is something that I like to do, and I hope everyone like that as well. And running is very short amount of time, maybe 30 to 40 minutes. But I hope next time, not only me talking, but someone having a lesson or anything, I'm happy to listen to and learn from you again. Right? So that is to my big lesson that I sharing at the beginning of the conversation. So Elena, welcome. Or Raymond or Kiki, now everyone want to say anything, feel free to turn on your mic
Mm.
and say.
Hey, I got something, I think it's on dinner with Dan the last month. Okay, the dinner without Dan. Desmond, he talked about something that Shifu share about when you're doing something, put an item on your calendar. Okay, I'm paraphrasing here. Okay, I'm not sure the actual word. Uh, what is this thing is about? Okay, he said the 3P. Is it a profit? Is it a purpose? Or is it passion? Right. So how can that fit into the one you share right now?
Be honest, I'm not in that conversation. I'm not in the inner circle anymore. But it depends. But it's very good value when you mention about that 3Ps. If you applying that to yourself and you seeing it work and do it. To me, I seen that, okay, this is the like the 3 keys that I like to implementing in my year 2020. So it might be work for me, and I can maybe I use the 3Ps kind of method and work for why not? Just sharing in the group chat or whatever, so I can post that in the video as well, so people, if they like, they can implement. That's a very good one. Passion, and what is that, the other two?
Profit, meaning money.
Profit. Mm-hmm.
Okay, profit, purpose, or passion.
Yeah, there you go. A very good lesson.
Mm.
Thank you,
Can you
Raymond.
share a little bit more about this, because I didn't hear it about the 3P?
Yeah, that one. I'm not sure which video. I think it's last dinner with them, where Sifu is not around. We have Desmond, Tina, and Joe, right? That one. Yeah, go watch it. That one.
It was dinner.
Yeah, dinner with
Oh,
Sifu.
oh, and what is it about? Like is it we have to? What is the complete like principle? Like we have to have 3 things, or we just have to?
No, I remember in that section that someone asking a question and say, okay, what should I do? Ask if what should I do, because he may do something else because he didn't see closing is work for him, or uh, can he go back to full-time job or do something different, and how he can implement in closing those kind of ideas. So Desmond bring up with that three P things, so that you need to look at, okay, the next thing you're gonna do, is that your passion, you like to do that or not, right? So it's just kind of some scale, or the thing that you do is bring you profit, is for money now, is for money for future, or you do that for purpose, you understand the reason why you do that, or you just do it that because the flow of the society, network society, or the human need, or because you really like, you lack of money and you really want to do closing so that you can earn big money, whatever it is. So put in the scale of 3P: purpose, profit, and what is it, the last one, passion. And you will see yourself is the next thing that you do, or a reason why that you do, is that fulfill your goal, or it can retain your purpose for a long time, so that you can stay on your idea for long term. Yeah, that's what I withdraw from that conversation. Yeah.
Okay, just wanted to add something about that idea that you had before, Dom, about us reading like 50 books per year.
Yeah.
Okay, so how I see it, what you said works really well. Like, you go, you learn something, you read something, then you go and implement it, and then from that jar, let's say you take like 3 kilos or 3 liters of whatever that was, right? Like on the bottom, let's say like the bigger rocks, right? And I don't know if this has worked for you as well, but what I have noticed, you mentioned the Go Giver book, right? Just for instance. And since many of us had joined HTC or had started this personal development, journey in our lives, we've read a lot of books. And what's really interesting is that when you read these books, you actually you see through yourself. Like when you read the Go Giver, you can understand which values of the book you already have. It is like you are reminding yourself of those qualities, of those traits that you are reading in a book. I don't know if I'm making myself clear on this.
Yeah.
But
Well,
it is just like, it like you are reminding yourself of those things that you are seeing written somewhere.
yeah. Good to point it out, Elena. Well, there's some time that you are projecting yourself, or you remind yourself that all kind of that, and it just like emphasize the good personality on you. But for some people, this is kind of a new idea, a new lesson when they're reading that Go Giver, because even they don't know that when they give more, they actually get back more, right? And for me, like the last lesson in the true Go Giver is like, the more we open to receive, is actually the more we can contribute more. Now that's something that I was thinking wrong at previous time, until I read that book. There you go. So it's maybe different from everyone to everyone, but in my sharing here, I can see that a lot of knowledge that you learn in one particular content, maybe a video, maybe a book, maybe an audio, but then, so what is the condense after that? What is you can implement and make it become you, or you just fade that knowledge away, and then all the time that you invest to observe that content, it's just a waste, right? So yeah, that's what I'm feeling. Yeah. All right. So Kiki, you want to have anything to add? Raymond?
We have 10 minutes.
Yeah, we got 10 minutes, and I don't want to go to the license one because I want to limit myself in this kind of short time frame. So
I'm sorry. I'm gonna have to see the recording. I really have to go. I'm
that's
sorry.
okay.
I'll
Thank
see
you
the
for joining.
recording though.
All
Okay.
right.
Thank you.
Okay. See you
Lovely
later.
seeing you. Bye bye.
Okay.
Bye.
Bye
Bye.
bye bye
Bye.
bye.
I don't have anything like I learned this week because didn't learn much this week. But
Mm.
then I have a questions like regarding to like as you said like priority, right? And for example, like we have priority like contribution, achievement, learning, growing. Like all of them are very important. Like for example, like you put your family to your first priority, and then for example, maybe your spiritual life is also important. You want to be closer to God or something, and like yeah, all of them like cannot be stopped. And also making money and growing cannot be stopped. Like so, sometimes like I have really hard time for I don't know how to prioritize it because like I have been I know that like money is not the most important thing in my life, but I just couldn't really stop it because like I have bills to pay, I have to support my family, and I know that I need money for my future, so like I just keep doing it. But then it's not my priority. But at the same time, like as a like Ruby, like I just can do one thing at a time. Like I just don't know how to divide the time. Like how do you like you just divide the time or attentions by proportions, or you just one time like one thing at a time. I don't kind of know. Yeah.
I can seeing this is like you went into the runaround loop where like my wife said to me that always like I am the dreamer. I don't put myself in the reality. Well, I can dream, I can empower myself with so many ideas, but the fact is I'm broke. But the fact is I haven't closed anything yet. Wow, you need to really very like take extreme ownership for that, right? So just maybe give yourself some hours, right? Thinking like, okay, if I don't have to worry about money right now, what I'm gonna do? What is make my life happy, right? And then you work backward, right? Okay, maybe I want this A B C D, I want that goal, but to hit that goal I need to have some sort of money first, so that now you focus yourself on priority yourself to gain money, right? And then when you hit that kind of money, then you can go to the next, right, is continue on doing your vision, your goal. So like what I try to saying to you is give yourself some time, really think about what you want, what you're going to do next, and then engineering backward is okay. Number one priority is your finance, and you need to fix that first. You need to take extreme ownership of what you are doing right now. And I think this a lot of brothers and sisters having these problems is that they they always they're always thinking, okay, the next movement or kind of opportunity right there, because but they blame themselves, they're not driving hard enough. But the fact is they have a job around them, they still having their life, so they have to continue on with that. So if they still want something that they want to get out of their reality, but at the beginning or when you start with, at the moment you are in that situation, you need to fix that one. So of course I can see that your priority is money, so you need to fix that one.
Well, my priority is not money. It's
That's fine.
not.
You're not money, it's your goal. But then to achieve your goal, you need to focus on something that make your goal happening. So that is you like just seize your priority a little bit for something else. Let's say you want to achieve that kind of money, but now you feel tired, right? You feel like lack of energy all the time. So now you need to move your priority before on that kind of money, now in your health first. You need to fix your nutrition, you need to have like exercise, you need to sleep more, thing like that. So yeah, so like I saying, like 4 things in your life is always like health, relationship, finance, and then contribution or whatever it is, so that you need to focus in. So maybe if you separate that one or you divide that, it will be 25% each. But right now maybe you feel tired, you need to increase that in health for 35-40%. So ask yourself, what can you do? Maybe you take nutrition, maybe you do exercise, maybe you sleep more to increase that. In priority about money, okay, because I want to go that have that goal. So now I increase the priority in career to 50%. How can I do that? Maybe I take a little bit of extra hours in a day to looking for influencer, to do an extra job, to do a volunteer job, to do a cash work, whatever it is, right? So that is how you prioritize, and you like just increase that one temporary until you gain that one, and then you achieve that the other one. Now I speaking from my own experience, I'm not 100% achieve everything. I wish one day I can be more confident when I achieve that, but like I say, I'm seeing that and applying that somehow, and seeing that work. So yeah, applying by yourself, feel free to do that too. Okay, so
Okay.
it looked like about time to go. Thank you, Raymond. If you want, next week join us. I can invite you to our group and we can share. I'm thinking to stop this one, to be honest, because I don't know whether my lesson is good enough. I'm not a coach. I'm not like, but I'm just want to share that idea. If no one seeing this is useless, I'm ready to stop and then do something else. So yeah, let me know if you still want to continue on, and I'm continue on. Otherwise, yeah, I can stop right now. I have to put extreme ownership on what I'm doing, so it feels sad, but yeah, the fact is I have to fight that bit.
Thank you so much for your sharing. I appreciate
That's
your
okay.
learning. So,
Yep. Thank you, Raymond. See you next week.
All
Thank
right.
you.
See you guys. Bye
Okay.
bye.